What's up, everybody? How you doing? What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to the Terminator Survivors' extended trailer. I have seen like short snippets of this, very short snippets, about 10 seconds worth, like in YouTube Shorts, and that's what drove me to this video, to checking this out. But there's a new Terminator game. I think it comes out, is it either October or December this year? I'm not sure, but we'll find out what the official release date is for this. Hopefully they tell us at the end of this trailer. It's about 8 minutes 2 seconds long, so I don't want to waste any time. I just want to jump into it and then see what's going on, and see and what's what, and see how what it's all about. So come on, let's go, let's get it. That's enough of me rambling. Let's go. Pick up to Game V. Game V is the YouTube channel that I'm reacting to this from, so do go to Game V's YouTube channel, give him a like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Go and support his channel, very important. Oh, there he is, at the T800. Arnie.
5 long years.
Oh no. Copyright music. So I'm going to turn it down because of the music. But that's kind of iconic. You see that red Jeep. I know you're probably thinking, oh well, it's just a red Jeep, so what? But the red Jeep, if you remember in the end of Terminator 1, the movie, where Sarah Connor was sitting in a Jeep, a red Jeep, with a dog, the Alsatian or German Shepherd dog, sitting next to her, and she's talking and, you know, doing basically the outro stuff, and she's sitting in a red Jeep. It's very similar to that. So that red Jeep you can see on the screen, that is quite iconic for this all this. So that's cool. I like the fact that they just added that in. So it's cool.
We had to run from Judgment Day, and it's killing.
A little Easter egg there.
Sun. Now it's time to be back in the light. The world of Skynet will have to fight, but then new life one day we'll see, and everywhere our name will be Survivors. Survivors.
So we're gonna have the T800 is gonna be easy to spot, and what I want is, like, you know how like in the movies where you got like the constant, like the Terminators and the T800s to the T1000s and so on, where they're constantly stalking you all the time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't stop. No, that's what I want, because in Terminator Resistance, it was kind of cool. I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong. But in Terminator Resistance, I felt like I wasn't... It felt more like I was hunting the Terminators rather than the Terminators hunting me. Do you know what I mean? I like it. So make the Terminators, like the T800s and so on and whatnot, right? Make them like stalkers, and like, because that's exactly what they are. They're stalkers. They stalk their prey, like the humans and the people, and then try and then take them out, and then really just like, so they're constantly hunting you down, and you constantly have to be on your guard, on your feet at all times. And you know, that's what I want. I don't want it to be like I'm hunting the Terminators. I want it to be like the Terminators are hunting me, and I've got to try and escape and escape and evade their grasp, basically, and try and stop the Terminators from trying to kill me. and the only way to do it is to really just, you have to run. That's
We had several reasons we decided to develop a survival game in the Terminator universe. The first two movies of the Terminator saga are stories about survival, with characters being
work in progress does not represent the final. Okay, yeah.
hunted down.
I kind of guessed that.
We really wanted to recreate this feeling of constant chase. Most of the time, you'll run until you're ready to face them. We also felt the Terminator timeline, the post-apocalyptic period, and especially...
So you run until it's your time to face them. That's basically what I was basically what I was saying. Like, you have to, the only way to survive is you run away from the Terminators. You have to run because you can't destroy them because they're the machines, and so you got them constantly hunting you down, and they're just like unstoppable machines. And that is close to how it was in the movies, and that's how it should be. Yeah, not like Resistance. That was just, even on, even sometimes on the hardest difficulty, it seemed a bit too easy. But yeah, but anyway.
We also felt the Terminator timeline, the post-apocalyptic period, and especially the events after Judgment Day, are a perfect fit in terms of environment to set a survival game. Finally, even if already seen a couple times in the films, this period has only been partially explored. So being able to flesh this period out and showcase the life of survivors during this time, there's no greater honor as fans.
The story of the game...
Oh.
like the story of the movies, takes place in the USA. From an artistic and narrative point of view, the world building was extremely curated. Our goal was to be as realistic and coherent as possible in describing a world that carries the signs of the conflict narrated in James Cameron's saga.
God, just the way that they put those graphics together, and it's just, you know what I mean? You see them on other in Photoshop and stuff like that, but it just looked fantastic. You know, that's done on a computer and it looks so realistic. It's you know, that takes time. It takes hours and days, weeks, months. So don't ever moan when it takes a long time to put out for a development company, a video game developer company, to take their time to put out a video game. So just take a moment, how much fucking effort and everything they put into it. That's what I'm saying.
In James Cameron's saga. Every character, every location has something to tell, and this happens on multiple levels, considering the periods before the war, during the war, and after the war. The main inspiration definitely comes from James Cameron's movies, that we dissected in each...
Well, yeah, obviously, that's, without the James Cameron movies, you wouldn't have the video games.
In every part in order to fully capture their atmosphere. In particular, from the first movie we extracted the tense and suspenseful atmosphere, the sensation of being hunted down, and facing an absolutely invincible enemy. Then we've done extensive studies on its color palette, its photography, and direction. From the second movie, we mostly focused on its dynamic aspects, its action scenes and its pacing, also paying attention to the choice and variety of locations. Clearly, other sources of inspiration come from the magical decade between the 80s and 90s, where the field of sci-fi and action movies offered masterpieces, from which we recall a bit of the vibe and atmosphere in our game.
There will be various human factions that you'll need to interact with, each of them with their own vision of the world, individual objectives, and also different beliefs about Skynet and what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, that does sound pretty much like Resistance, because you've had different factions and people that you went in, that you interacted with, and have different opinions and thoughts on the what's going on in the world around you and everything, and Skynet and everything. So it does sound like there's pretty much like Resistance on that one.
Combat is realistic and hardcore, which means that if your approach isn't calculated and tactical, you can die very easily. You're the underdog, meaning confrontations and fights need to be dealt with in different ways. You can approach them stealthily or maybe commit to a frontal assault. The decision will depend on how many resources you have, as resources.
Yeah, that sounds very much like Resistance, because you could do that in Resistance. You can be stealthy, you can just maneuver around the machines, the T-800s and what have you, or you can just go full out assault. So it does sound very much like Resistance on that one.
Are very scarce. As you struggle to survive in this harsh world, low visibility, a lack of resources, with the threat of radiation, and more, the Terminator...
The threat of radiation? So if the environment can kill you, even like a pollution in the air can also kill you as well? Is that what it's telling me?
As you struggle to survive in this harsh world, low visibility, a lack of resources, with the threat of radiation, and more, the Terminator is the worst possible enemy to have in a situation like this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When you come across it looking for humans to terminate, your chances of survival are slim. Sooner or later, it will see you. And when this happens, it won't let you go, and your only reasonable option will be to flee.
God, this guy makes it sound so exciting, doesn't it? It's like you're only...
are slim.
That's why this guy's talking.
Sooner or later, it will see you. And when this happens, it won't let you go, and your only reasonable option will be to flee.
That sounds like the safer option to do, to just get the hell out of there. There's no point trying to fucking... No point trying to run. There's no point trying to fight it and shoot it. You know, because I guess like your ammo ain't really going to do anything. By the way this guy's talking, it sounds like the T-800 is an unstoppable machine, just like it should be. Even you know, if you've seen the movies, which I'm pretty sure you have. You know, in the movies, it was a total unstoppable fucking killing machine, and no, it's not until you actually get to the end where you actually find a way to destroy them. I think that's how it should be in the game. No, it shouldn't just be you can just kill them there and then, die easy, but just just with regular weapons. I think that's stupid. That's just nonsense. But
and your only reasonable option will be to flee.
We created many different environments, and we paid a lot of attention to the characterization of each biome. Survivors will cross mountain lands or desert, small cities, outposts, or bigger cities.
We decided to offer early access for this game in order to test the survival mechanics with a larger player base. This way, we can take on players' feedback, optimizing and improving the game experience. We also believe that early access is the best way to get the community involved to create a balance that really...
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Early access, let people play like a beta version of it. So then you can get your feedback, and they can give you feedback, so you know what to improve, what they should keep, what they should throw away, what they, yeah, exactly. Like I say, get the community involved and get the people involved, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing.
Is the best way to get the community involved to create a balance that really feels like you're fighting for survival.
I do want to see. I do want to see some gameplay, some actual official gameplay, so we can see what the gameplay is going to be like.
Terminator Survivors is an open-world survival game based on the Terminator IP, with base management elements and a complex storyline that expands on the original story. The game is set in 2009, a few years after Judgment Day,
2009.
and is
Okay.
based on the first 2 movies in the saga.
Okay.
You're facing the threat of Skynet before the founding of John Connor's resistance. The game starts with you, a survivor, facing the dangers of the post-apocalyptic world and trying to cope with the threats posed by other human beings, machines, and the Terminator. At first, you're unaware about the existence of Skynet and the Terminator, but it's something you'll quickly discover.
Oh, I see. So you're unaware, so you're just a regular survivor, so you're just a regular person. You're not with any military or anything like that, with inside information about what's going on and blah, blah, blah. So you're just as a regular survivor, trying to survive, and then as time progresses, then you get to find out like who's behind this and what's going on. You find that out as the game progresses and as you get through the game. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. Very neat.
At first, you're
That's cool.
unaware about the existence of Skynet and the Terminator, but it's something you'll quickly discover. You'll then join forces with other survivors and discover the truth about the ongoing conflict as you prepare to fight back. This takes place in a yet unexplored timeline of the Terminator universe, with a completely original storyline that includes both famous characters and new ones, and where you'll learn more about the beginnings of John Connor's resistance.
That's cool.
You'll
I
explore
like that.
a wide open world, scavenging for resources not just for your own survival, but also for managing and improving your base. As an FPS, to survive, you'll have to fight machines, the Terminator, and other human beings. The game will also be playable solo
Yeah.
and other human beings.
So you're fighting against other human beings. So there'd be like survivors fighting against survivors, because is that like you got one group of survivors come across another survivors, but they don't trust each other because they think that they might be machines, there might be something to do with what's going on, and so there's a conflict between humans and humans, and also the threat of machines. But what I like about this, that bridge and that truck, so iconic, from the Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Well, the T-1000 in the truck, and it hits a bridge, and then it crashes and explodes, and you got Robert Patrick walking out as the Liquid Man, and yeah, that's very iconic, that one.
To survive, you'll have to fight machines, the Terminator, and other human beings. The game will also be playable solo, but also in co-op multiplayer.
Okay, cool. You can play it solo. I like that.
Machines, the Terminator, and other human beings. The game will also be playable solo, but also in co-op multiplayer. Terminator Survivors will be available
Yeah, so Terminator Resistance, that didn't have co-op or multiplayer on it. No, not as far as I know, anyway.
on Steam in early access starting from October 2024.
Well, that's the early access in October. Okay, on PC. Okay, so yeah, that was really cool. That's really cool. That's given us a bit more, like a lot more information about what's what the new game Terminator Survivors is going to entail, and I think I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually absolutely looking forward to it. I think I like the fact that, one is open world. That's cool. I do like open world games. It's just the looting bit. Oh, that always drives me mad. But it's what it is. But I like the fact that you have to be constantly being hunted by the Terminators, and that's what I want. I want to feel like I don't want to feel like I'm big, tough, and powerful. I can take on these machines. I want to feel vulnerable. I want to feel, like scared, terrified, and just like helpless. You know what I mean? And just trying to do whatever I can to survive, and just not get killed by the machines. And that to me is what a true survival game is about vulnerability, not just about being surviving and just being powerful and take down your enemies. I want that vulnerability. I want to feel like my character's like kind of weak. I don't want my character to be pathetic, because that would just be, you know what I mean. But I want it to be just really I just want my character to feel vulnerable, and just try and do what she can, do what he or she or whatever the character is, to to do what they can to survive. And I think it looks fantastic. I mean, this video is long enough as it is. That's just some of my thoughts and what I would like, but maybe that's just me being selfish, I don't know. But anyway, what's your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you like the Terminator? Are you a fan of the Terminator franchise, the movies, the games? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers, peace.